Have you ever wondered what really happens when the world fades to black in the operating room? It's not sleep, it's not death. It's a precision engineered pause button for reality itself, controlled by science so advanced it feels like magic. Picture this: a team of experts carefully keeping you alive, pain free, and totally unaware, while life saving miracles unfold just inches away. And when it's all over, you wake up hours later like nothing ever happened, except maybe revealing some embarrassing secrets while the drugs wear off. Trust me, nurses have heard it all before. Have you ever wondered what truly happens when the world fades to black, and the next thing you know, hours have vanished, leaving you with no memory, just a disoriented sense of time travel? Forget what Hollywood shows you. The dramatic mask, the sudden blur, and then waking up to spill your deepest, most embarrassing childhood secrets to a post-op nurse. That's just the tip of the iceberg, a mere shadow of the astonishing, meticulously orchestrated symphony of science that unfolds within your very being when you go under anesthesia. Imagine a state that's not quite sleep, yet certainly not death. A profound, controlled disconnection from reality, where you jump forward in time without ever feeling the leap. If you've ever faced surgery or know someone who has, then you've likely felt that chilling mix of curiosity and apprehension. What dark magic allows us to silence pain, erase memory, and temporarily hijack consciousness itself, only to be safely returned to our bodies, often without a scratch, and certainly without a single recollection of the journey? Get ready, because I'm Dr. Daniel Mell, an anesthesiologist, and today we're pulling back the surgical drape on one of humanity's most mind-bending scientific achievements, a trick so bizarre and brilliant it happens hundreds of thousands of times a day, right under our very noses. At its core, anesthesia is nothing less than a reversible off switch for specific, crucial parts of your nervous system. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. There are distinct flavors designed for different scenarios. You're likely familiar with local anesthesia, the kind that targets a small, isolated area, like the numbing shot you receive at the dentist, allowing for a cavity filling without a wince. Then there's regional anesthesia, which takes things a step further, numbing a larger, more significant zone, such as an entire arm or a leg. Perhaps the most well-known example of regional anesthesia is the epidural, often administered during childbirth, which effectively takes the entire lower body offline, profoundly altering the experience. However, today, our focus narrows to the most profound and perhaps the most mysterious form: general anesthesia. This is the state of total unconsciousness, where movement ceases, pain is eradicated, and critically, no memory is formed. It's the one that often elicits the most apprehension because it involves a meticulously controlled, yet astonishingly complete, shutdown of your brain's perception of reality. A shutdown that is both incredibly precise and, remarkably, entirely reversible. The routine itself, if you've experienced it, is often etched in memory, right up until the point where memory itself fades. You're wheeled into a brightly lit operating room, a symphony of beeping machines already underway, and you might be surprised by the sheer number of skilled professionals present. Then a calm voice, often from behind a mask, assures you, "Okay, just take some nice deep breaths, and soon you'll drift off to sleep." It's a comforting cadence, almost as if they're telling a beloved pet they're going to the park, when in reality, you're about to embark on an extraordinary journey within your own mind. The anesthetic can be delivered in a couple of ways, either rapidly through an IV, inducing unconsciousness within seconds, or inhaled through a mask, with the gases taking a minute or two to work their magic. For most, the last conscious memory is often a fleeting thought, perhaps counting backward from 10 before oblivion takes hold. Yet within your body, a meticulously coordinated cascade of events is unfolding. First, there's sedation, where your general awareness begins its slow, graceful retreat. This is swiftly followed by a profound loss of memory, as your hippocampus, the brain's memory-forming center, ceases to record new events. Then comes the true loss of consciousness, as your brain's intricate communication networks go offline, effectively severing connections with real-world input. Simultaneously, immobility and crucial pain control are established, as your spinal cord and pain pathways are suppressed, ensuring you neither feel the surgeon's work nor move inadvertently. All of this The entire complex sequence typically transpires within a single minute. The most uncanny part, you don't actually feel yourself losing consciousness because the very faculty of consciousness isn't there to register its own departure. One moment you're in the room and the next you're waking up, often bewildered, wondering if anything at all happened in between. General anesthesia isn't like flicking a light switch in your brain, it's far more akin to a series of carefully managed network outages. Your brain, an astounding tapestry of billions of neurons ceaselessly chattering in intricate dynamic patterns, is specifically targeted by anesthetic drugs. These powerful compounds interfere with these communication patterns in several sophisticated ways. For instance, drugs like propofol dramatically amplify the activity of GABA, a crucial neurotransmitter that acts like a calming agent, instructing neurons to relax and thereby quieting overall brain activity. Conversely, drugs such as ketamine work by blocking NMDA receptors, which effectively inhibits excitatory signals and prevents neurons from overfiring, halting the chaotic chatter that forms consciousness. Furthermore, opioids like morphine and fentanyl intercept pain messages even before they have a chance to reach the brain's processing centers. The cumulative effect of this multi-pronged attack is profound. Your thalamus, which normally functions as the brain's highly efficient traffic cop for all sensory information, largely stops allowing signals through. Without this vital input, your cortex, the seat of your conscious awareness, loses its coherent rhythm, and with it, you lose consciousness. And here's where it gets truly strange. When scientists perform brain scans on individuals under anesthesia, the patterns observed are distinctly different from those of someone merely in a deep sleep. During natural sleep, your brain reliably cycles through predictable phases of brainwave activity. Under anesthesia, however, these cycles are either severely disrupted or entirely absent. You're not merely in a very deep sleep. You're in a pharmacologically induced blackout, a state of controlled neurological silence. While pain suppression is undeniably a primary objective of anesthesia, memory suppression is equally, if not more, crucial. Imagine the sheer terror of being fully aware, but completely paralyzed during surgery, a nightmarish, albeit incredibly rare, complication known as intraoperative awareness. To prevent such an unthinkable experience, anesthetic drugs are meticulously designed to ensure your brain simply cannot record what's happening. Even if a few stray signals manage to slip through the neurological blockade, there's no coherent footage for your brain to play back later. This isn't just about comfort, it's about protecting your psyche from trauma that would be impossible to process. Crucially, the anesthesiologist or nurse anesthetist is far more than just the person who ushers you off to dreamland and then takes a coffee break. They are your dedicated life support pilot throughout the entire surgical journey. From the moment you drift off until you are safely awake and stable, they are continuously monitoring a vast array of your vital signs: your oxygen saturation, carbon dioxide levels, heart rate, and blood pressure. They are making subtle, often second-by-second adjustments to drug levels, keenly watching for even the most minute changes in your body's responses, and critically anticipating potential problems long before they manifest. It's a role that demands constant vigilance and expert decision-making, far more akin to flying a complex aircraft through turbulence than simply pressing a sleep mode button on a computer. You don't just take off and walk away. You're making continuous micro-adjustments and navigating complex physiological landscapes until you've brought your patient safely back to solid ground. And here's another surprise. Waking up from general anesthesia is a world away from simply stirring from a nap. As the anesthetic drugs begin to wear off, your brain's intricate networks don't simply snap back online all at once. Instead, they gradually begin reconnecting and coming back online, often in a somewhat haphazard fashion. You will almost certainly feel groggy, disoriented, and confused. Your sense of time is usually completely scrambled, leaving you with the bewildering sensation that you were wheeled into the operating room only minutes ago, even if hours have passed. Some individuals report vivid, wild dreams or even transient hallucinations during this phase. And perhaps most famously, you might find yourself saying some incredibly unfiltered things as your inhibitions temporarily remain offline. Nurses, bless their patients, could undoubtedly pen entire volumes filled with the hilarious, bizarre, or unexpectedly candid things people blurt out after surgery. It's a gentle reminder to always be kind and respectful to them in pre-op. So the inevitable question, is anesthesia dangerous? The reassuring answer is that for healthy individuals, modern anesthesia is remarkably safe. The risk of a fatal complication from anesthesia is statistically far lower than your risk of being involved in a car crash on the way to the hospital. However, like any medical procedure, there are still important considerations. Individuals with pre-existing heart, lung, or certain neurological conditions do face higher risks for complications. Allergic reactions to medications, though rare, can occur, as contemporary breathing problems. And in some cases, particularly in older adults, people may experience transient post-operative cognitive issues, sometimes referred to as brain fog. As for the pervasive myths that you can get stuck under and never wake up, not really unless there's an entirely unrelated, severe medical catastrophe. That anesthesia is just deep sleep. As we've discussed, it's a completely distinct and pharmacologically induced brain state. And that they steal your soul, well, it certainly inhibits your conscious self temporarily. But as for the deeper philosophical implications of that, I'll leave you to ponder. Consider this astonishing reality. In just over 150 years, humanity has journeyed from an era where surgeons operated on screaming, restrained, fully awake patients to a point where we can meticulously stop pain, prevent the recording of traumatic memories, and precisely control consciousness itself, all while diligently keeping you alive and stable. It is one of the profound, almost mystical moments in life where we literally surrender our existence into the hands of another person, placing an unfathomable amount of trust that they will return us safely. And the fact that they almost always do, with such incredible precision and care, is, I think, nothing short of amazing. So the next time you, or someone you care about, faces surgery, remember that going under isn't merely falling asleep. It is a profoundly complex, precisely executed, yet entirely reversible hijacking of your body and brain. And if you happen to wake up saying something utterly embarrassing, well, don't worry too much. It's actually a HIPAA violation to upload patient videos to TikTok. Thank goodness for that. So, what do you think? The science of anesthesia isn't just fascinating. It's a story about trust, precision, and the incredible progress of modern medicine. We've gone from a time when surgery was something to fear to an era where, in the hands of skilled professionals, it's safer than ever before. If you found this journey through the science of going under eye-opening, imagine what other medical mysteries we can unravel together. There's so much more to explore: how your brain reacts to pain, why certain drugs work the way they do, and the cutting-edge research shaping the future of medicine. Make sure to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe to the channel for more behind-the-scenes looks at modern medicine, and drop a comment below with your biggest question about anesthesia or any medical topic you'd like me to cover next. Because here's the truth: medicine isn't just about facts and figures, it's about people, experiences, and the incredible science that connects them all. And we're just getting started.